following is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network.
Satter wants the ball. He's going to maybe tee it up for 11-3. He got it! 11 three-pointers for Ty Satter. It's unbelievable.
Here comes the Fusion the other way. Nice ball in towards Kamai. Kamai able to set it down. Kamai beating the keeper. Shot on the way, and Kamai scores. 1-0 for the Fusion. And it's
1-2 pitch. Line shot up the middle. One run will score. Deer rounding third. He's coming to the plate.
Verwest, they center in front. Scarborough down low. Loose in front. In for a goal. South Shaley gets the first goal of this East Region title.
Let's turn things over to the broadcast booth. The pregame show starts now.
Bar 9 in West Fargo is your stop for that pregame lunch and for the postgame celebration. With over 30 TVs, you can catch your team anytime. We have a delicious food menu including wings, pizza, sandwiches, and more. Enjoy it inside or head on outside, day or night, to relax in the comfort of our updated outdoor patio. We also have slots, blackjack, pull tabs, and all gaming proceeds earned go to support West Fargo baseball. So catch your team's game tonight at Bar 9, 1405 Prairie Parkway in West Fargo.
There's never a bored moment at Touchmark.
Here, it's always something going on. If I want to do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't.
The whole community has so much going on, activities for each day, basically, and everything's right there.
There's always enough to keep me busy.
We have stuff day to day, such as gardening club, but we also have our big signature events like our Touchmark Woodstock event. There's never really a time to be bored if you don't want to be.
We take great pride in really doing all the research and the work behind the scenes to make sure that our products just work.
We have our own staff member that helps pick the hybrids and the varieties that work in our area. It's meant for you, not for somebody 200 miles away.
We test our seed locally. We produce our seed locally, so we get to see our production fields
where they need to be and if they work there.
Need seed, think Proseed. Proseed.net, great seed at a reasonable price.
Fargo Post 400 Baseball wishes the Stars, Astros, and Comets the best of luck in this year's tournaments.
Buffalo Wild Wings isn't supposed to make a burger this good. Like, you might even forget we have wings good. So we threw in 6 boneless wings for $1 as a reminder. Buy any burger, get 6 boneless wings for $1. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Abby says she wants to marry a B-Dubs honey barbecue wing. We get the sweet, tangy allure of honey barbecue sauce, but you can't marry a chicken wing. What are you going to serve at the wedding? Their family? 26 sauces and seasonings at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Hey, it's Mike with Magnitude Sports. Check out this channel right here, Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. It's owned and operated by a family in Bismarck, North Dakota that I've known for over 2 decades. Kids have grown up into fine young men, and during their high school careers, some of them even played games that were broadcast on Magnitude Sports. If you like hunting, fishing, general outdoor life, sunrise, sunset, everything hunting and fishing related, dogs, hunting dogs, they're the best. Then check out the channel and show them some love. Go to Fins and Feathers Outdoors. Subscribe to them today.
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
I kind of wonder where to even begin about what I love about Touchmark. It's everything. It's the time with the residents. It's my team. I work with wonderful individuals every single day. I love the people, and my job is to connect with them, and that's a pretty great job to have, that you get to make genuine, real connections with our residents and our team members. It's just the overall community. That is Touchmark. That's what I love.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
All right, welcome back here to Astoria Field here in Dickinson as we get ready for the top of the first. Go over the starting lineups one more time for you since nobody heard them, and my apologies for that. Thank you, Mark, by the way, for asking the question there. For Dickinson, warming up on the mound here is Isaac Daly, Landon Olson behind the plate catching. Caden Krieg, shadow coming over home plate. We're going to see if we can adjust for that here in just a moment. Caden Krieg at first base, Camden Kubis at second, Jaden Bass, the shortstop, Carson Weiler at third. In the outfield, it's Colin Cheddar in center, Jeremiah Gillick in left, and David Seibel in right field. Your lineup, batting-wise for Williston, it looks like this. 1, 2, and 3. Right fielder, Max Heen. Shortstop, Ashton Collins. Second baseman, Alex Bloom. Middle of the order, 4, 5, 6. Pitcher, Caden Finders. First baseman, Connor Ekblad. And third baseman, Tyler Tomez. And the bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9, is catcher Micah Larson. Left fielder, Garrett Solberg. And center fielder, Alex Ewert. And those are your starting 9 for the Williston Keybirds, and your defensive lineup here for the Dickinson Roughriders. I almost called them the Volunteers. Volunteers, I think, were the other one that made it from the West that I couldn't think of back in that first game when I could only name 3 of the 4 teams from the West here. Let's see if we can't.
Up at bat for the Williston Keybirds, leadoff hitter, right fielder number 11, Max Heen.
Well, it helps with the shadow a little bit here, but I'm not going to mess with it too much more beyond that because then it'll probably start to look like it's too sunshiny out there. That shadow will eventually cast over the pitcher's mound here, probably over the next couple of innings. You know what? I think, yeah. Well, I mean, it does actually. It actually looks better here on the close-up. So we'll do our best here. As that one's a dribbler right up to first, and it's picked up by Krieg. He steps on the bag for the first out.
He's their shortstop, number 3, Ashton Collins.
All right, we just applied the same settings to this camera here, and that is a little bit better. Double check here. Yeah, they look about the same now, so we can compensate for that shadow a little bit there that was not there in the first game. And that is a swing and a miss, and now that we got that taken care of, we can actually run our scoreboard too. So
Number 21, second base, Alex Bloom.
So Maxine grounds out directly to first. Ashton Collins strikes out swinging. And now it's Alex Bloom, the batter here for Dickinson. Or I'm sorry, for Williston, I meant to say. I want to say hello to Jim, who's tuning in for his second state tournament game. And that one will find itself into shallow right center for a base hit. He'll be scooped up there by Colin Cheddar. And now runners on base for Williston here in the top of the first with 2 outs. Alex Bloom gets himself a single. And Caden Finders will be the batter now here for Williston. And if I had to take a guess at the pitch count, so once the commercial break hits, I'll find out what the pitch count is, and then I'll see if it matches mine there. But 1 ball, no strike now here to Finders. Until then, I'll just keep hush about the possible pitch count. And that one will come in low for ball 2. Three-one count now. And the pitch. And that's hit towards first, but it'll dribble foul. And Alex Bloom will make the trip back to first, and it'll be 3 balls and 2 strikes and a full count to Connor Ekblad. I'm sorry, it is Caden Finders. The lineup card had him as jersey 25, and he's wearing 5 today, and I had him as 5 in my original roster before I changed it to 25. So we're going to change it back to 5 here and hit save, and he walked. So now it's Connor Ekblad.
Number 1 by Connor Ekblad.
And 2 runners on with 2 outs. So they get the 2 outs, and then they get the 2 runners on base after the 2 outs occur, and they're looking to play some 2-out baseball here. And that one's fouled off for strike number 1. one's popped straight up and out of play over our broadcast booth. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. According to the clock on the scoreboard, that last pitch hit the bat at 83 miles per hour. I didn't notice that working in the first game of the tournament. It might have been, I just didn't pay attention. That one will hit him. And he'll reach base, and that loads the bases with 2 outs now. I have the treat of getting a radar gun on pitches in maybe 3 to 4 games a year. So I'm not always looking for it, but now that I know that it's popping up, I'll try and keep my eyes on it for you. Tyler Tomaz, the batter. 2 away, bases loaded. Alex Bloom on third. Caden Finders on second. Connor Ekblad on first. Can Williston get something going here with the bases loaded? Here's the pitch. Right in, no, yes, it was a delayed strike call, and my gut instinct on that call was right. It just took a while for the umpire to confirm it. 0-1. And there's strike 2, and okay, so I'm getting the sense that he's a little bit more relaxed on his strike calls here. 0-2 with 2 away. Isaac Daly, well, and that's fouled away at the plate, so stay at 0-2. And now time will be called as Tomaz steps out of the box, steps back in. Once again, Bloom third, Finders second, Ekblad first. And another 0-2 pitch, and time is called this time by Landon Olson as he will walk up and have some words with Daly. I don't know if we went around the bases yet for Dickinson, but we'll do that right now. Daly pitching, Landon Olson catching, Caden Krieg at first. Camden Kubis at second, Jaden Bass at short, Carson Weiler at third, Jeremiah Gillick in left, Colin Cheddar in center, and David Seibel in right. And the pitch is outside for ball 1. And now that I've gone through the outfield, as soon as I said Jeremiah Gillick in left, I knew that I had indeed gone through it. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. And the delivery is going to be sent out center field, and will that be over his head? No, he'll backtrack and catch that one. Colin Cheddar will put an end to the bases loaded threat as they strand 3 on base, and we go to the bottom of the first with no score on your Proceed scoreboard. Thanks so much for tuning in for Game 2 of this tournament. We still got a whole bunch of baseball to play before we're done with Day 1. We'll be back in just a moment here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
Buffalo Wild Wings isn't supposed to make a burger this good. Like, you might even forget we have wings good. So we threw in 6 boneless wings for $1 as a reminder. Buy any burger, get 6 boneless wings for $1. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Abby says she wants to marry a B-Dubs honey barbecue wing. We get the sweet, tangy allure of honey barbecue sauce, but you can't marry a chicken wing. What are you going to serve at the wedding? Their family? 26 sauces and seasonings at Buffalo Wild Wings.
West Fargo Baseball wishes the Patriots, Aces, and Vets the best of luck in this year's tournaments.
All right, Caden Finders is going to be your starting pitcher here for Dickinson. Once that shadow casts over the pitching mound, let's take a look at the other can. That one's a little bit better. I think we'll hold off on that close-up camera until that shadow gets over the pitcher's mound, and I think that will look pretty decent then. So hang on a little bit there. We intended to do with no runners on close-up, but I think right now it's better to keep it here just to pace on how that sun is shining down from the sky right now. No runs on one hit. They leave the bases loaded in the top of the first for Williston. And we're at zeros here on your Proceed scoreboard after a half of inning of play. Jaden Bass, Carson Weiler, and Isaac Daly are going to be your first three batters here for Dickinson. The rest of the starting lineup, 4, 5, 6 is Caden Finders, Connor Ekblad, and Tyler Tomaz. And the bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9 is Micah Larson, Garrett Solberg, and Alex Ewert. So once again, it's Jaden Bass who'll start things. I think I just read off the wrong roster, actually. My apologies on that. Let me double check here. Yes, I just read off the Williston batting lineup. My apologies. 4, 5, 6 is Caden Krieg, Landon Olson, Dave and Seibel, and 7, 8, 9 is Colin Cheddar, Jeremiah Gillick, and Camden Kubis. And that pitch comes across for a ball, and it's 1-1 now here to Jaden Bass. Once again, actually that's not correct. They haven't reset the scoreboard from the previous inning here. And now I think it's 1-1. Unless I missed something, there's not 2 outs in this inning. That's what the scoreboard says right now. I'm guessing on the count right now, to be honest with you. Okay, it was 3-1. I guessed correctly, and he'll walk. Now they fixed it. Now there's 0 outs on the scoreboard. Carson Weiler, the batter. First pitch, a strike, and Larson quick to look Bass back to first. Wind seems to have calmed down since that first game. 1 ball, 1 strike. If you are just tuning in and you missed the first game, it was the Fargo Post 400 Stars and Grand Forks. And those two battled to a 6-5 duel heading into the bottom of the 6th when the Stars would score 4 to take a 10-5 lead, and that would end up being your final score. So the Fargo Post 400 Stars move on to play Minot tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And that could be maybe a base hit. Maybe he can catch up to it. He dives for it, and he makes the catch. And now back to first. And he's out. It's a double play. What a throw from Alex Ewert in center field. He first makes the diving catch, and then he bombs one over to Ekblad at first for the double play.
Up to bat for the Roughriders. He's the pitcher wearing number 1.
Wow, that was great. That is 8-3 double play. On the diving catch in center field, he gets up and then bombs it back to first. And all of a sudden, there's 2 outs on the board here. That pitch comes across at 72 miles per hour, and it's in for strike 1 on Isaac Daly. One. So we've had what might have been our first incredible play of the tournament. And I would suspect we'll have a few more in this tournament. Hard hit ball to second. And that should be an easy 4-3, and it is. Bloom to Ekblad to retire Dickinson, and they get nobody across on no hits, no errors, and leave nobody on base. 1 complete, and we're still scoreless on your Proceed scoreboard here in Game 2 of the 2023 State AA Tournament from Astoria Field in Dickinson, excuse me. We'll be back in a moment here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned. Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate-controlled hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full-swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
Touchmark provides a carefree lifestyle for our residents, and we are here with you the entire way.
I'm so happy I made the move to Touchmark.
There's always enough to keep me busy, and people are very friendly here. I enjoy that. It makes my day.
People get up and dance. I mean, it's such a joyful place to live. How can you not like it?
That sense of community is so strong. When I think of Touchmark, I just think big, but I think beautiful, and I think home.
All right, let's check the camera. That's not too bad right now. We're going to wait a little bit longer, though. 1 ball, no strike to Michael Larson. And now a strike. And once again, a very slow strike signal here. Made me thought that was ball 2 for a moment. And that is ball 2. Okay. That one's fouled away and almost high enough over the netting to potentially come into our broadcast booth window here. Full count now at 3-2. And strikeout. Gonna have to get used to that.
Up to bat for the Keybirds. We're number 19, left fielder Garrett Solberg.
Garrett Solberg for the Williston Keybirds here. Once again, they got the bases loaded, but stranded all 3 runners on base. In the top of the first, and now he's hit by a pitch.
Batting next for the Keybirds. He wears number 2, center fielder Alex Everett.
That pitch will miss for a ball. 1-0 here to Alex Ewert. Maxine is on deck. That'd push us back to the top of the order if no double plays happen. Pitch is inside, nearly hit him. It's ball 2. And their umpire's asking for some more baseballs, and he'll get them. Pitch. And that one's a hair high, ball 3. And there's a strike, I think. 3-1. Is a walk. Back-to-back batters walked on a 3-1 count. And now Maxine, top of the order.
Up to bat for the Keybirds.
Oh, wait a second.
Double ones, Max Heen.
Okay, I got him as number 10. He's wearing number 11 today. At least I got him right, I guess. We'll switch that up. Dean 0 for 1, grounded out directly to first. And had Caden Krieg been a foot closer to the bag, he might have been able to get him out. And inside, ball number 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Once again, Garrett Solberg on second, Alex Ewert on first here for Williston. Williston the 9 seed, Dickinson the 8 seed. The winner of this one will play Fargo Post 2 tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And that ball will go into center field, but the runners are not in a position to advance. So Dickinson avoids an error there. And now Dickinson's coach is going to come out, and we're going to have a visit to the mound here for the Roughriders. So once again, you got runners on first and second. Alex Ewert on first, Garrett Solberg on second. Maxine's the batter. We're at 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out.
Baseball Club Facebook page and on Name It Sports Network YouTube page. Follow the Dickinson Roughriders Post 3 Legion Baseball on Twitter for in-game and tournament updates. Shout out to Elite PT for being for this tournament athletic trainers.
So nothing more than a conversation to try and calm down Isaac Daly here. And might have to make an adjustment on this camera now as it's getting a little dark. We'll go with that for now, and then we'll make another adjustment later if we have to. Pitch is high, and we got ball 2. And that is a hit into center field. That could possibly score Solberg. No, they're going to hold him at third, and the bases are loaded with a single by Maxine into center field.
On the bat for the Keybirds, wearing number 3, Ashton Collings.
Collins 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time he was at the plate. There's 1 out, and the bases are loaded. You got Solberg at third, Ewert at second, Maxine at first. The batter's Ashton Collins with Alex Bloom on deck. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Pops straight up, hits the top edge of the netting there behind the backstop, and we'll stay at 1-2. Dickinson able to get themselves out of a bases loaded jam last time in the top of the first. We'll see if they can do it again here. And that is strike 3, and that's out number 2. He'll go down looking, bring up Alex Bloom, who knocked a single to center last time he was at the plate.
Second baseman, number 21, Alex Bloom.
Ball 1. is going towards right, and they'll be foul, and everybody will restart at their original positions. One ball, one strike now here to Alex Bloom. If he can reach base with 2 outs, we'll see Caden Finders. And if we see Caden Finders, that will possibly mean a run is scored. But we'll wait and see here. There's 2 outs and a 1-1 count. And the delivery of that 1-1 pitch, and he got him swinging. He may have tipped it, as the pitch may have skimmed off the bottom of his bat. Either way, it's a strike 2. And he'll get him swinging, and they get out of another bases-loaded jam. And we go to the middle of the second on Isaac Daly's 4th strikeout of the game. And we'll be back with more in just a moment here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Boston Pizza harnessed Fanalytics to help optimize no-look dipping. Ooh! Making adjustments so you can stay focused on the game. The playoffs at Boston Pizza, powered by Fanalytics.
At Boston's, we make crowd pleasers. Like this.
Yes. Woo!
And these.
So good!
And definitely this.
I love you! Woo!
Stop by or book your catering order online and we'll make you a fan.
And he's our first baseman, #1, Caden Krieg.
Caden Krieg, the batter. He pops this one up. It's going to shallow left. Backpedaling there's the third baseman. He's chasing after it, and he cannot make the catch. And that will likely be an error. We'll see if they agree with me on the scoreboard.
Up next for the Roughrider, he's our guarding the plate catcher.
And they do agree with me.
Landon Olsen.
So Krieg will reach base on an error charge to the third baseman. And that will bring us to Landon Olsen now. Olsen pops this one up foul. Pushed off to the first base side, 0-1. And that one is going towards center. Alex Ewert is there for the catch, and that is out number 1.
He's a Roughrider right fielder, wearing number 6, David Seibel.
David Seibel stepping up to the plate now. It's his first trip to the plate today. He's batter 6 in the lineup for Dickinson. Pick-off attempt there on Krieg, and he's back safely. Throw up to second, and safe at second. Somehow he slid underneath that tag. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure how he did it, but he did it. So stolen base for Krieg at second. Pitch came across as a ball. It's 1-0. So now Dickinson looking to potentially score that first run that has been eluding Williston through 2 innings. Top of the first, bases loaded, Dickinson got out of it. Top of the second, bases loaded, Dickinson got out of it. And the pitch is a little bit high for ball 2. So base hit here could potentially put Dickinson on the board. They have yet to collect a base hit in this game. Swing and a miss. That is strike number 1. And now they'll throw it back to second, and not much happening there. Once again, broadcast coverage of this state tournament is brought to you by our friends at Bar 9 in West Fargo, Proceed, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Post 400 Baseball, among others. Now be a fly out towards center. Ewert's there for the catch, and now a quick throw back into third. The ball bounces away, and will he go to third? No, he will not. He'll stay put at second.
Up the bat for the Roughriders. He's our center fielder, wearing number 2, Colin Cheddar.
All right, new batter's Colin Cheddar with 2 away and a runner on second. And the pitch. Cheddar, foul, first base side. One and one the count now here to Colin Cheddar. That puts Jeremiah Gillick into the on-deck circle if Cheddar can reach base with no outs recording. And a bomb that goes into the bullpen, foul off the first base side. Good for strike 2. So Finders now 1 pitch away from potentially ending this inning and stranding that runner in scoring position. We'll see if he can, according to my counts, he's on pitch 22. A little bit high, ball 2. Once again, 31 pitches would put him at 1 day's rest. 46, 2 days, 61, 3 days, 81 or more at 4 days. And he strikes him out, and they strand that runner on base, and we go now to the end of the second, and we are still scoreless through 2. Here on your Proceed scoreboard. We'll be back in a moment on the Magnitude Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. We're staying, so you stay too. We'll be back in a moment.
Bar 9 in West Fargo is your stop for that pregame lunch and for the postgame celebration. With over 30 TVs, you can catch your team anytime. We have a delicious food menu including wings, pizza, sandwiches, and more. Enjoy it inside or head on outside, day or night, to relax in the comfort of our updated outdoor patio. We also have slots, blackjack, pull tabs, and all gaming proceeds earned go to support West Fargo baseball. So catch your team's game tonight at Bar 9, 1405 Prairie Parkway in West Fargo.
There's never a bored moment at Touchmark.
Here, it's always something going on. If I want to do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't.
The whole community has so much going on, activities for each day, basically, and everything's right there.
There's always enough to keep me busy.
We have stuff day to day, such as gardening club, but we also have our big signature events like our Touchmark Woodstock event. There's never really a time to be bored if you don't want to be.
Welcome back to Astoria Field here in Dickinson. 0s on the Proceed scoreboard through 2 complete innings of play. And it's Caden Finders, the starting pitcher, who lead it off here for Williston.
Number 5, Caden Finders.
And we'll see if Williston can load the bases for the 3rd inning in a row here. They did it with 0 outs in the first. They did it with 2 outs in the second. If they can do it with 1 out here in the 3rd, they would complete the bases loaded out cycle. and I know I just made that up, but it sounds cool, right? 1 ball, 1 strike. One-two pitch. Daly, I think he's looking for number 5. He's not going to get it there. That is going to be caught by the right fielder. Seibel makes the catch, and that retires Finders. Out number 1.
On tap for the Keybirds, number 15, Connor Ekblad.
So Finders sends a shallow fly out to right field. Connor Ekblad was hit by a pitch last time he was at the plate. I forgot there was a runner on base. Or I guess, wait a second. My apologies, there was no out. I thought he caught it, but he did not. So it'll be a single to right instead of a fly out to right. Nobody out, 1 ball, no strike. And another pickoff attempt there as they're desperately trying to get Finders out. Right now, Ekblad's going to go talk to his third base coach. Nobody out. Wonder if they might be thinking about a possible sack bunt here, maybe. Get that runner to second. We saw a very excellent bunt by Matt Bryant of the Stars in that first game. That put runners on the corners. That ball will bounce away, and now he's going to take off for third, and he's going to make it. We'll see how they record that. It kind of looked like Finders, it kind of looked like the ball deflected off Finders' batting helmet. They will indeed, wait a second. So get credit for the stolen base at second, and then he'll advance to third on the throw. And the pitch is a little bit high. We're at ball 2 now to Ekblad. Oh, I guess we're at ball 3. And now we're at ball 4, and we have runners on the corners.
Batting for the Keybirds, third baseman number 13, Tyler Tourney.
I don't know how 4 runs got on there, but we're going to remove them. And that one's going to left field, and it drops foul. Oh, that was very close. Tomez flied out to center last time he was at the plate. Micah Larson patiently waits on deck here. And there's a strike. And it's 0-2 to Tomez. Nobody out. Runners on the corners. And the pitch. And that hits him, and that loads the bases. And for the 3rd inning in a row, Williston has loaded the bases. This time was 0 outs, just like they did in the top of the 2nd. Williston has been able to get out of it all the first 2 times, but if you keep allowing them to load the bases, one of these times it's going to come back and bite you, and we'll see if this is that time or not.
Keybirds fans, up next bat, number 6, catcher, the Garden Plate, Micah Larson.
Once again, Williston's left 6 on base. That's 3 in the first, 3 in the second. And a base hit towards short, to second, over to first. Run will score, and the runner at first is safe. Runner at second is out. And Williston takes a 1-0 lead. So that'll be an RBI fielder's choice. As the 6-4 will score Finders, advance Ekblad to third, Tomez out at second on the force out, and now Micah Larson on first to put runners on the corners with 1 out and a 1-0 lead for Williston. Here on the fielder's choice RBI by Micah Larson, and that one's fouled away, and we're at 1 ball, no balls, 1 strike. Garrett Solberg. Or yeah, no, I was right the first time, but Garrett Solberg's batting now, and he just fouled it away for a strike. He was hit by a pitch last time he was at the plate. And the pickoff attempt, and he's back in time. Connor Ekblad over on third, looking for an opportunity to possibly come in here. And the strike 2 is called on Solberg. And that will be going to right field, and he catches it on the run. And now he's going to fire it back home, and it's not going to be in time. And the sac fly will score Ekblad, and Williston takes a 2-0 lead. It was a good throw back home, but just couldn't quite get it there in time, and Ekblad scores, and it's 2-0.
He's the center fielder, word number 2, Alex Everett.
Pitch is outside for a ball. So 2 outs now, but the sac fly scores the second run. 2 runs on 3 hits now. Swing and a miss there for a strike, 1-1. Swing and a miss. He went early on that. Throw back to first, and the tag's applied. It's a double play. They got him. The strikeout and the throw back up to first. Well, actually, it's not a double play because the strikeout was the 3rd out. So, but hey, I provided a little bit of excitement on the plate anyway. It was worth the exciting call on that. I was actually strike. Yeah, okay, we're going to fix that here. The out at first was the 3rd out. That was strike 2 on Ewert. We'll be back in a moment here after I fix this on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
I
think what makes Proceed win is we're different than the other companies in many ways with our programming, our simplicity, our non-corporate attitudes, and our personal relationship building.
What Proceed is, we bring back the old-fashioned seed buying experience. We're true seedsmen. We care about everything from the sale to the planting to following up afterwards. That's what we're all about, is just trying to bring that experience back to a personal level.
Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net, great seed at a reasonable price.
All right, welcome back. We reversed the strikeout, and now the throw up to first was the third out, and that was a great play, regardless of how I miscalled it. And my apologies. I'll take the blame on that one. 100% my fault. But you know what? It's only game 17 for me in the last 4 days, so I think I'm allowed one mistake. Strike is called here. Jeremiah Gillick is the batter. We'll also see Camden Kubis and Jaden Bass. It's batters 8-9-1 for Dickinson here in the bottom of the third. And he'll send that one toward center. And it'll be the shortstop, the second baseman, Alex Bloom, making the catch.
Batting next for the Roughriders, second baseman, number 13, Camden Kubis.
So Camden Kubis is the batter. And a little dribbler right back to the pitcher, and he'll fire it over to first for the out. One 1-3 ground out if you're scoring at home, and that brings up Jaden Bass.
On the bat, the Roughriders, number 22, shortstop, Jaden Bass.
That one bounces in, ball one to Jaden Bass. Bass 0 for 0 as we go back to the top of the order. He started off the game with a walk. Or I should say, he started off the home half of the game with a walk. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. And that one's a grounder towards short. And he's out. That's a 1-2-3 inning. 2-0 Williston after 3 complete. We'll be back in a moment here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
Buffalo Wild Wings isn't supposed to make a burger this good. Like, you might even forget we have wings good. So we threw in 6 boneless wings for $1 as a reminder. Buy any burger, get 6 boneless wings for $1. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Abby says she wants to marry a B-Dubs honey barbecue wing. We get the sweet, tangy allure of honey barbecue sauce, but you can't marry a chicken wing. What are you going to serve at the wedding? Their family? 26 sauces and seasonings at Buffalo Wild Wings.
There's never a bored moment at Touchmark.
Here, it's always something going on. If I want to do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't.
The whole community has so much going on, activities for each day basically, and everything's right there.
There's always enough to keep me busy.
We have stuff day to day, such as gardening club, but we also have our big signature events like our Touchmark Woodstock event. There's never really a time to be bored if you don't want to be.
All right, welcome back. We're in the bottom of the third. Actually, we are in the top of the fourth. My apologies.
Batting next for the Keybirds, infielder, number 1, Max Heen.
Now is Alex Ewert now with one away. And let's get us to the top of the fourth here. Swing and a miss, and a 2-ball, no strike count turns into a 2-1 count here for Max Heen. Somebody's car alarm's going off, and they haven't realized it yet. That one's going to center field. And that catch will be made there by Cheddar. Now I'll record the second out of the inning.
On the bat for the Keybirds, shortstop, number 3, Ashton Collins.
Ashton Collins 0 for 2, struck out swinging and struck out looking. And that first pitch comes in for a delayed strike call. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, or the 1-1 pitch, excuse me. And now it's 2-1. And he'll walk. Looks like we're gonna have to manually switch it over here to the top of the fourth. Give me one moment, I'll get that done here. And that one's hit towards third. Cross the diamond, high throw, it's gonna be an error. Collins is gonna go to third. Will he round third? He will. And now the play home will not happen. Williston takes a 3-0 lead.
Back to the Keybirds. Your pitcher, number 5, Caden Tinder.
So pair of errors there, and now that pitch comes in for a strike, and it's 0-1. So the errors put a runner on second with 2 outs. And Collins scores to make it 3-0 Williston. Caden Finders is the batter now. He's at 1-1. He has a walk and a single in this game. The single went to right field last time he was up. And inside, and that is ball 2. As Bloom showing off his dancing skills to Isaac Daly there on second base. Daly not impressed at this point in time. And right into the glove of the shortstop, Jaden Bast, for out number 3, and that will retire Williston here in the top of the 4th. We go to the middle of the 4th now. There we go. Now it looks like we're working again. 3-0 in favor of Williston, and the Roughriders come up to bat here with Weiler, Daly, and Krieg. 2, 3, and 4 batters for Dickinson when we return after this. Here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
Boston Pizza harnessed Fanalytics to help optimize no-look dipping. Ooh, making adjustments so you can stay focused on the game. The playoffs at Boston Pizza, powered by Fanalytics.
At Boston's, we make crowd pleasers. Like this.
Yes. Woo!
And these.
So good!
And definitely this.
I love you! Woo!
Stop by or book your catering order online and we'll make you a favorite.
Bar 9 in West Fargo is your stop for that pregame lunch and for the postgame celebration. With over 30 TVs, you can catch your team anytime. We have a delicious food menu including wings, pizza, sandwiches, and more. Enjoy it inside or head on outside, day or night, to relax in the comfort of our updated outdoor patio. We also have slots, blackjack, pull tabs, and all gaming proceeds earned go to support West Fargo baseball. So catch your team's game tonight at Bar 9, 1405 Prairie Parkway in West Fargo.
Welcome back. Carson Weiler 0 for 1 with a fly out to left center last time he was at the plate. He takes strike 1 here. Wants to hi to Jermaine, who's tuning in and says that him and some of his friends and family are enjoying the awesome broadcast. Well, there's an awesome hit up the middle if you are a Dickinson Roughriders fan. That gets a runner on base here with nobody out. And it seems to have been a while since something positive has happened here for Dickinson. It just feels that way. I know we're only in the bottom of the 4th, but it just feels like it's been a long 3 bottom innings here for Dickinson, and maybe even a little bit longer 4 top of innings now. Got the 8 and the 9 seed right now. The 9 seed is leading, as some West Fargo players have just joined us in attendance here to check out this game. Once again, the winner of this game will play Fargo Post 2 at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. The loser will play at 10 a.m. tomorrow against the loser of West Fargo and Mandan, which is our 10 a.m. game on, or I'm sorry. Okay, let me try that over again here. It is the West Fargo Mandan game is tomorrow at 10 a.m. and the loser of that game will play the next day at 10 a.m. against one of these 2 teams. There we go. 1-0 to Daly. He grounded out last time he was at the plate. And during my reading of the bracket there, Carson Weiler took second. Not sure if it was a steal or something else, but I'm going to put it into the books as a stolen base, and we'll check the official stats later. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that one's fouled back. Bismarck and Jamestown play tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Fargo Post 2 plays the winner of this one at 7 o'clock. Minot and Fargo Post 400 play tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And once again, they got him out at second. That's the first out, and that takes the runner off base. It remains a one, I think it remains a 1-2 count. But so now no runners on base. And Isaac Daly has 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Daly's going to right field. That might have a chance. No, it's not. It's right on the warning track there, and Maxine makes the grab for out number 2. That was very close. Had that hit just a little bit further up the bat, it would have been over the wall and gone. So out 2 is recorded now on Daly's fly out to deep right. Caden Krieg, the batter now. Krieg reached on an error earlier. This one will skip in for ball 2. Oh, and that one's cranked towards short. It'll sneak by a diving Ashton Collins into left field, and he's on with a base hit and a single. So shallow left center on that base hit for Caden Krieg, and that brings up Landon Olson now. Olson flied out into an 8-3 double play last time he was at the plate. I think that happened in the bottom of the second, if I remember correctly. And that was a pretty impressive play as Alex Ewert in center field sent a bomb over to first to get the runner out. We saw a 9-3 ground out in that East Region tournament. And that one's straight away center field. Ewert will take care of that, and that will take care of the 4th inning of play. No runs this time, or check that. Yeah, no runs for the Roughriders. And they are still looking to recover from a 3-0 deficit as we've gone a little bit over the halfway mark of this ball game now. And we'll be back with more in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
Welcome back. I think we had some changes defensively, but I was busy taking care of something else in the background, and I didn't get to see who those changes might have been. So if I figure them out, I'll let you know. I think we have a new pitcher. I think that's what it is, and I'm not sure who that new pitcher is yet. I haven't seen his jersey number. No, we do not have a new pitcher. It's still Isaac Daly. I'll check one other source and see if I can find out what those changes were here. First pitch will miss for a ball.
Batting for the Keybirds, number 15, first baseman, Connor Ekblad.
Connor Ekblad's 0 for 0. He's hit by a pitch and he walked. And this one is sent straight up towards the second baseman. Looks like the first baseman will make the catch, and he will. Caden Krieg records out one.
Up to bat, number 13, third baseman, Tyler Tomas.
Tyler Tomas, let's see here. Krieg, Cubis, Bass, and Weiler around the bases. Let's make sure. Okay, that's right. Daly and Olsen pitching, catching. That's right. No, there were no changes, I guess. So everything matches up with what I have. So swing and a miss there, and I believe that's 0-1 to Tomas. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center and a hit by a pitch. And that one's outside, ball one. I just got notified by text that our bracket guy's working on the new times. We had a bracket that we put on our Facebook page last night, and then at about 10:30 this morning, we got a new bracket with updated times. So we deleted that post. We thought we deleted it earlier, but with the notification of the push-up of the games, I had to quickly get to Dickinson in a 4-hour drive and try and do it in about 3.5 hours. And that wasn't easy because it seemed like from Castleton to about Steele, it seemed like there was road construction every quarter of a mile. Like as soon as you got out of road construction, you'd have about a half mile to 3/4 of a mile, and then you're right back in road construction. And that certainly didn't help things on getting here. But I did get here. Beat one of my friends who texted me and said, did they really change the time? And I was like, yep, they sure did. And then he informed me that he was already on the road. So I figured that he was, good hour ahead of me already. And I had actually ended up beating him here to Astoria Field. And I did not speed, at least not too much. And that'll be a walk to Tyler Tomas. And I'll bring up Micah Larson now.
Keybird fans, welcome your garden plate, number 6, Micah Larson.
Larson's 0 for 2. He struck out looking, reached on a fielder's choice. I think that was the fielder's choice RBI, if I remember correctly. At that point in time, the bases were loaded. And the catch is made there by Caden Krieg. Nice job. As I was saying, Michael Larson had the bases loaded. He grounded out to the shortstop. They got the force out at second. The run scored. He was safe at first, and his other teammate advanced to third on that particular play. And now he just simply pops out and makes things a little bit less complicated to explain next time he comes to bat. Garrett Solberg, the batter now. First pitch comes across as a ball. He was hit by a pitch, and he sent a sac fly out into right center field to score one of the 3 runs for Williston. Now this one's fouled back, and we're at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. This is our final game of today, and then we'll have 4 games tomorrow, 4 games on Wednesday, 4 games on Thursday, 3 games on Friday, and he's safe. Pitch came across as a strike. It's 1-2 to Garrett Solberg. And then we'll have the championship game on Saturday. And if needed, a second championship game on Saturday. 1 and 2. Pitch high and outside. We're even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. So here's what we know so far. Fargo Post 400 will play Minot at 4 o'clock tomorrow. Grand Forks will play the loser of Bismarck Jamestown at 1 o'clock on Wednesday. And that is an out, and that will end the top of the 5th. They will strand one on base with that pop out. And they'll bring up David Seibel, Colin Shutter, and Jeremiah Gillick. Batters 6, 7, and 8 as we head to the home half of the 5th. Right after this, here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned. Fargo Post 400 Baseball wishes the Stars, Astros, and Comets the best of luck in this year's tournaments.
Buffalo Wild Wings isn't supposed to make a burger this good. Like, you might even forget we have wings good. So we threw in 6 boneless wings for $1 as a reminder. Buy any burger, get 6 boneless wings for $1. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Abby says she wants to marry a B-Dubs honey barbecue wing. We get the sweet, tangy allure of honey barbecue sauce, but you can't marry a chicken wing. What are you going to serve at the wedding? Their family? 26 sauces and seasonings at Buffalo Wild Wings.
All right, it's David Seibel, 0 for 1, a fly out to center last time he was at the plate. And he'll take this one to left. And a diving catch by Garrett Solberg in left field records out number 1.
On the bat, our 7th fielder, number 2.
That bring up Colin Cheddar. So 1 out now. And that pitch is low for a ball. It's 1-0. I think we need to reset our second camera there on those outfield shots. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now and see what happens. Because we corrected it earlier for a shadow that was going over home plate and creeping out to the pitcher's mound. Yeah, yep, I like that. Hopefully you do too. All right, we'll go back to this one for the moment. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he strikes him out for out number 2. That'll bring up Jeremiah Gillick now.
Winning 1-0, our left fielder, Jeremiah Gillick.
1 hour, 11 minutes, time of the ball game. And that one's going to center field. And he'll drop for a base hit. That puts the top of the order, Jaden Bast, on deck here with 2 away if Kubis can reach base. Here's the 1-0. That one will skip away, and taking off for second is Gillick. Two and 0 now. That one's a little bit high, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. And we'll see if Finders has any free strike coupons remaining here. And he will cash in 1 more. He did have 1 in his pocket. And it's 3-1. Daly, the Dickinson pitcher, after that last inning had 103 pitches, so it's likely we'll have a pitching change coming up here in the top of the 6th for Dickinson, but we'll see for sure here in a moment.
Roughriders fans, Coming up to the plate, shortstop, double twos, Jaden Bass.
All right, so 2 runners on with 2 outs for number 22, Jaden Bass. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out to second. A lot of 2s in that statement. And that's a strike, I think. Yes, he will agree with me about 3.5 seconds later. 0-1. And that pitch is up a little bit high, ball 1. That one will get past Michael Larson, and the runners will advance 90 feet, first and second to second and third. Makes the count 2 balls and a strike. So Jeremiah Gillick over on third, Camden Kubis on second, and a base hit here could pull Dickinson within a run. We'll see if Jaden Bass can find the pitch he's looking for. And he will send it towards third, and it takes a hard hop off the ground over to first. Safe at first, and the run scores. And you got runners on the corners, and Dickinson's on the board here in the bottom of the 5th.
He's our third baseman, number 7, Carson Weiler.
They're going to give him a hit on that one. So going to the books as an RBI single, putting runners on the corners. And that's their 4th hit of the game. Now we have a visit to the mound here for Williston. So they want to talk things over and make sure that they don't give up their 3-0 lead, or now they're now 3-1 lead. And I think one of the things they need to watch out for is the possibility of Jaden Bass stealing second. And that would put Dickinson in a position where a base hit could tie the game. Another thing that Finders and Williston doesn't want to do is walk Weiler and load the bases either. We'll see which of those scenarios possibly is drawn up here. And they will steal second, and that's the very first scenario I suggested. So now base hit could tie the game if Weiler can find the pitch that he likes. And that will miss outside, and a good eye there by Weiler to see that one go out. Weiler's 1 for 2. He would fly out to left center, and he'd bash a single to straight right into center field. Right up the middle. 1-1 to count. And that one's fouled back just to the right of our broadcast booth. Had I reached my arm out the window, there's a possibility I could have caught that one. 1-2. And did he go? Second base umpire says he did not go. And some Williston fans vocally expressing their disagreement with that. It's 2-2. And this is a little hopper. It's a slow roller. Can he run it out? No call yet. The ball was not called down to. And now 2-run score. We have a tie ball game. And that should be charged in error.
Walking out to home plate, wearing number 1-8. His name, Isaac Davis.
So Weiler will record a couple RBIs on an error charge to the third baseman. And that scores Camden Kubis and Jaden Bass, and we have a new ball game here. at 3-3 on your Proceed scoreboard here in the bottom of the 5th. One runner on. That runner is Carson Weiler on first. Two outs and another base. No, not quite a base. I thought he was going to sneak that by him, but it'll be a 4-3 ground out. So they'll strand one. That ends the 5th. We're knotted up at 3 apiece here on your Proceed scoreboard, with 3 in the bottom of the 5th for the Roughriders, and we have at least 2 more innings to play. Let's see what happens in those next 2 when we return after the break. We have Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
We take great pride in really doing all the research and the work behind the scenes to make sure that our products just work.
We have our own staff member that helps pick the hybrids and the varieties that work in our area. It's meant for you, not for somebody 200 miles away.
We test our seed locally. We produce our seed locally, so we get to see our production fields, where they need to be, and if they work there.
Need seed? Think Proseed. Proseed.net. Great seed at a reasonable price.
Hey, it's Mike with Magnitude Sports. Check out this channel right here, Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. It's owned and operated by a family in Bismarck, North Dakota that I've known for over 2 decades. Kids have grown up into fine young men, and during their high school careers, some of them even played games that were broadcast on Magnitude Sports. If you like hunting, fishing, general outdoor life, sunrise, sunset, everything hunting and fishing related, dogs, hunting dogs, they're the best. Then check out the channel and show them some love. Go to Fins and Feathers Outdoors. Subscribe to them today.
Update for the Keybirds, Keybirds, 61 pitches. 61 pitches.
All right, so pitching change for Dickinson as predicted. It's Jeremiah Gillett coming in from left field.
Welcome, the next batter. Number 2, center fielder Alex Eworks.
We're tied at 3 after 5. With Dickinson getting all 3 of theirs in the bottom of the 5th if you're just tuning in, which I would imagine most of you are not just tuning in, but there may be 1 or 2 who have just tuned in. 1 ball, no strike here to Alex Ewert. They haven't, the PA announcer said, but I was kind of distracted and between the commercial break there, and I will sneak by diving Jaden Bast, and I'll get into center field and put a runner on for Williston here. See if we can figure out who's in left field. No, our camera's going to decide to not be cooperative here and stay on blurry. Nope. We'll figure it out eventually, though. Now is a good time to try and figure it out, too, as we have a conference to the mound here. Let's see, our cameraman has gotten a good shot of him. Yeah, his glove's covering up his jersey number. Move it a little bit for us, please. No, he has no interest in him. It looks like it's number 6. So that's David Seibel, and that means we also have a new left fielder, or new right fielder, excuse me. So let's see if our cameraman can get some help on the right fielder here. It looks like we have a new pitcher as well now. So he didn't, Gillick didn't last too long. before they switch things up again. So the new pitcher here, according to my counts, he had 3 pitches. So it's Jaden Bass who's pitching now. So now we have a new shortstop. So now we have a whole bunch of people to figure out now. Because the new shortstop looks like it's going to be number 13, Camden Kubis.
In left field, Jeremiah Gillett. Shortstop, Camden Kubis. Second baseman, David Seibel. And on the mound for the Roughriders, double twos, Jaden Bass.
All right, so the only person I need to figure out is the right fielder. Any help from our cameraman? Number 11. So he just came over from left field. That means we have a new first baseman. And who's that? It appears to be not sure.
Keybird fans, welcome your batter to the plate. Right fielder number 11, Max Dean.
We'll find out sooner or later here. Just as I got everybody figured out, we got one more to figure out. All right, it's Isaac Daly at first base. So here's your changes here. You got Isaac Daly at first, David Seibel at second, Camden Kubis is the new shortstop, Carson Weiler's still at third. Jaden Bass is now your new pitcher. Landon Olson's catching. Jeremiah Gillick's your new left fielder. Caden Krieg's your new right fielder, and Colin Cheddar's still in center. So the center fielder, third baseman, and the catcher are still the same. Everybody else has changed now. We're at 1 ball, no strike here. Is this Maxine, or am I a batter behind already? It is indeed Maxine. That's pretty good. I somehow got that all figured out and didn't lose track of anything. I was worried there for a little bit. Nice breeze coming through the press box window here now. And that feels awesome because, like I said, driving here today in a car that apparently has issues with the air conditioner, all of a sudden, like yesterday, the air conditioner worked just fine. And I think the temperature was in the low 90s on the entire drive here, and I lost at least 100 calories on the drive here, if not more than that. Three and 1 the count. Here in a 3-3 game. Both teams with 4 hits. Both teams have committed 2 errors. And a walk there. So that puts 2 runners on and brings up Ashton Collins.
Keybird fans, welcome number 3, shortstop Ashton Collins.
And now that was a strange occurrence there. He went back to pick off the runner on second, and Camden Kubis, the shortstop, started running towards third, and there was nobody at second to throw the ball to. Looking for the bunt, and up the first base line, picked up, fired over, they got the out, and that advances the runners to second and third on the sack bunt by Ashton Collins. I think that's our first sack bunt of the tournament.
Coming up to the plate, second baseman, number 21, Alex Boone.
One out, 2 runners in scoring position here. Williston with an opportunity to regain the lead. Swing and a miss, strike one, and you could tell that he was going to swing at that pitch no matter what. 1 for 3. A single to center, struck out swinging and reached base on an error. 0-2 now the count. And he'll strike out for out number 2. He goes down looking. And now Caden Finders.
Coming up, the bat for the Keybirds, wearing number 5, Caden Finders.
Time of the game now, 1 hour, 42 minutes. That first game was 2 hours and 18 minutes. This game going by a little bit quicker, at least at the moment. That one sent up, and that one is Finders walked, and then he singled to right, and then he sent a line drive into the glove of the previous shortstop for Dickinson. And they've made a couple changes now. I have to think hard to remember who that was, and I can tell you by looking at the lineup card, actually. That was Jaden Bast, who's now pitching, who was the shortstop when that play happened. Pitch is out for a ball, and we're at 2-2 apparently. No, we're at 3-2. So I was right the first time. Payoff pitch with 2 away. No, fouled away. He'll sign himself a 1-pitch extension to his plate appearance. Payoff pitch number 2. That one is rifled foul to the first base side. And earned himself another pitch.
Reminder to return all ball balls to the concession stand for Big Sticks ball.
This is the 8th pitch of the plate appearance here between Bast and Finders. Payoff pitch number 3 with 2 away. And he walks him. For the 5th time in 6 innings, the Williston Keybirds have loaded the bases. They loaded them in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. They did not load them in the 5th, and they have just loaded them now here in the 6th. Connor Ekblad, 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch, and then he would walk, and then he would pop out to the first baseman. 1-0 this time around. And the 1-0 pitch is sent foul, first base side and out. 1-1. one's going, might hit the gap. Will they get there in time? Yes, he will. Nice run and catch there by Colin Shutter. And Dickinson gets out of another bases-loaded jam in this game, and we go to the middle of the 6th as Williston strands 3 more. They have now stranded 11 runners in this game. We're at an hour and 33, and due up here for Dickinson will be the 4, 5, 6 batters, Krieg, Olsen, and Seibel, when we return after the break here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Both teams with 3 runs, both teams with 4 hits, both teams have committed 2 errors, and that should be a 3-1 ground out, and it is. For 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Krieg, prior to that, was 1 for 2, reached on an error and had a single into shallow left, and now he's 1 for 3 with that ground out to first, or ground out to the pitcher, however you want to record it. 3-1 is how you should record it officially. And Landon Olsen, pair of flyouts to center. He's 0 for 2. Williston took the 2-0 lead in the top of the 3rd. And that should be a 5-3 ground out. And he'll make the stretch in the pick, and it will be. 5-3 brings up David Seibel. And just like Landon Olsen, Seibel also has a pair of flyouts, 1 to center and 1 to left field. As I was saying before that last sequence, Williston took the lead in the top of the 3rd at 2-0. They would tack on 1 more in the top of the 4th and take a 3-0 lead. That lead would hold until we reached the bottom of the 5th when Dickinson scored all 3 of their runs to tie it up. No runs so far here in the 6th, and that is somewhere right there. Nice catch there by the guy in the blue hat and black t-shirt. And he'll give it to number 17. He'll take it out to the concession stand and get himself a discount on whatever he's getting. Two and 2 now. That last pitch comes across at 70 miles per hour, and I've failed to keep my eyes on that, and I apologize. I think if anyone's upset, I'm probably the most upset about that. I enjoy giving that information. And that one is hit also foul. As you can see, the lights have come on here at Astoria Field in Dickinson. We've had some great games under the lights here in Dickinson over the last few years on Magnitude Sports. And that one's going to be popped up. And a nice grab there by Caden Finders. So, that's a quick top of the 6th, and we remain tied at 6. I'm sorry, that's a quick bottom of the 6th, and we remain tied at 6 after the end of 6. Due up in the top of the 7th. It is Tyler Tomaz, Michael Larson, and Garrett Solberg. It's the 6, 7, 8 batters for Williston in the top of the 7th. We'll see if they can get an insurance run or two when we return after the break here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
For the Keybirds,
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
West Fargo Baseball wishes the Patriots, Aces, and Vets the best of luck in this year's tournaments. Fargo Post 400 Baseball wishes the Stars, Astros, and Comets the best of luck in this year's tournaments. All right, welcome back. Tyler Tomaz, 0 for 1 with a fly out to center, hit by a pitch and a walk. 3-3 in the top of the 7th. Will this tie break? We'll find out sooner than later, at least we think it'll be sooner than later. As you can see, really the only difference between these two teams is the runners left on base. Everything else magically is equal right now. 2 balls and no strikes. Tomaz, like I said, flied out to center, hit by a pitch and a walk. Michael Larson, Garrett Solberg, the other 2 batters we'll see in this inning. Bass delivers over the edge. Did he get it? It doesn't look like he did. It kind of looked like from that camera angle that he did get the strike, but it was not called by the home plate umpire. And it's 3-0 as a result. And there he gets a strike. And there's no doubt about that one. You could clearly see that go over the white of the plate. 3-1. Swing and a miss on a pitch that might have been ball 4 had he not taken the swing. And now we're at a full count at 3-2. And he's going to pop this one up, and he'll foul it away. So we'll stay at 3-2. Payoff pitch number 2. Nobody out, nobody on. Top of the 7th. Tomaz batting. Michael Larson on deck. Jaden Bass, pitch 27. Swing and a miss, and he got him. That is a strikeout for Jaden Bass, and the 7th batter struck out by Dickinson pitchers today.
Number 6, Michael Larson.
Michael Larson's 0 for 3. He struck out looking 2 times in a row, and then his most recent, you know what? Cancel that out, let's try that again. He struck out looking, and then he reached on a fielder's choice, and then he'd pop out to the first baseman. And that pitch is a strike.
Quick flash sale till it's gone. Popcorn or pizza till it's gone. $1.
Popcorn and pizza, $1. I know I had a pizza on the way here, so I'm not hungry right now, even though $1 does sound like a deal. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one's fouled away and out of play. One and 2. And this one going to short. And can he get it over there? Yes, he can. Out number 2, 6-3 ground out, brings up Garrett Solberg.
On bat for the Keybirds, left fielder wearing number 19, Garrett Solberg.
Solberg 0 for 1, hit by a pitch, a sac fly to right center, and now a kick ball to Devin Seibel at second that goes into right field, right center field, more like center field. We'll call it a base hit to center. And a runner on here. I think Bass kicked it. I know he at least attempted to kick it. And it looked like he deflected it right to Devin Seibel, the second baseman, but Seibel wasn't able to catch up to it. So that breaks the magical tie and puts the 5th hit on the board for Williston. And that pitch will come inside for a ball, and it's 1-0. So there are 2 outs, runner on first, and 1 ball, no strike now here to Alex Ewert. Here's the 1-0, and that one is fouled away. Bass, pitch 35, can he end it? Nope, tip foul, and he'll have pitch 36 coming up. That one will even up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. A 70-mile-per-hour pitch there by Jaden Bast. Two, swung on, and that one's going towards right. Chasing after it, there's Krieg, and it'll be actually the center fielder, Cheddar, who'll crisscross into right field to make the catch for out number 3. They'll strand 1 on base, and it's the bottom of the 7th. Can Dickinson walk it off, or will we have extras in our 2nd game of the state tournament? We're about to find out the answer to that question. We're not going anywhere, so we hope that you don't go anywhere either. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Boston Pizza harnessed Fanalytics to help optimize no-look dipping. Ooh! Making adjustments so you can stay focused on the game. The playoffs at Boston Pizza, powered by Fanalytics.
At Boston's, we make crowd pleasers. Like this.
Yes. Woo!
And these.
So good!
And definitely this.
I love you! Woo!
Stop by or book your catering order online and we'll make you a fan.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 7th. We're still knotted up at 3. If you're just tuning in late, 2-0 after 3 in favor of Williston, 3-0 in favor of Williston after 4, and 3-3 after 5. And so far, nothing since then. Colin Cheddar 0 for 2, struck out swinging, struck out looking in that order. And he'll bash one up the middle. Can he get it over there in time? It's there, and no, it's not. He said he came off the base. And Cheddar is safe. And now we're suddenly magically tied up again. 3 runs on 5 hits on 2 errors.
Up next to bat, E-Way, number 10. Left fielder, Jeremiah Jones.
All right, so Dickinson has a runner on. And the Williston coach coming out looking for an explanation, and after the explanation, the first base Linesman says safe once again at first. And now the Williston coach is asking for further explanation from the home plate umpire. And he'll walk away. And he's not shown any body language on his thoughts on that decision. So I suppose that's a good thing. It means he's keeping his cool. Let's put it that way. And the runner will go to second, and he's safe. Cheddar steals second, and the winning run is now in scoring position with nobody out. And now the coach for Williston's coming out again. This time it's a visit to the mound, though, not to talk to the umpire. Jillick, that pitch came across as a ball. So now Williston coach and the Keybirds on the mound discussing what they're going to do here with a runner on second and nobody out. We're at an hour and 49 minutes into the ball game. Williston had this game in hand through the top half of the fifth. And then Dickinson strung together a couple hits, got a couple lucky bounces, and I think an error was part of that mixture too, if I remember correctly, if not two errors. And Dickinson was able to tie it up, and now they're in a position to win it. And I've seen Dickinson win in walk-offs at Astoria Field. I was about to say far too many times here on Magnitude Sports, but that's not quite how I want to word it, to be honest. Because that wouldn't be fair to word it that way. It's not like I want them to lose or anything, but I'm cheering equally here for both teams, or at least I'm trying to present that. But Williston is undefeated in walk-off scenarios on Magnitude Sports. We'll see if that continues here or if it ends here. Or if it's just dragged out another inning or two. That's the way I wanted to put it. 2 balls, no strikes to Jeremiah Jillick, 1 for 2. Fly out to center and a single to center. That pitch is a little bit low. We're at 3-0 now here. On deck for Williston, or for Dickinson, is Camden Kubis. Okay, I guess that last pitch was a strike, and it's 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. So force out is available at third. And now Finders will wait a little bit here. I think it's still Finders pitching, actually. Yes, it is. I just double checked my second source. 2-2. Pitch is low, ball 3, can't find it. And Cheddar was very tempted to go to third. And if he wouldn't have hesitated, he likely would have made it. Under the lights here, can Dickinson put a thrilling end to this one? At least for the Dickinson fans, it'd be thrilling. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for out number 1. So 1 down, 2 to go here for Williston to force the 8th inning.
Roughriders, shortstop, number 13, Camden Kubis.
Jim says looks like maybe extras. Maybe is probably should be underlined, italicized, bolded, and put in quotes. Like I said, I've seen Dickinson win in walk-off situations in almost every single game I've called for Dickinson here at Astoria Field. If they're playing at another field, I don't recall them walking off a game. But it seems like walk-offs here at Astoria Field for Dickinson are something they practice every day in practice. I mean, they're pretty intimidating in this situation here, even for a broadcaster who's neutral. There's a strike. right? Yes. Once again, he's very casually slow at confirming those strikes. 0-1. Camden Kubis is 0 for 1, grounded out to the pitcher and walked. And that's strike 2. An 0-2 counts. Now Finders has a little bit of room to work with here if he wants to try and push one to the outer edge and try and clip it for strike 3. And if he misses, it'd be 1-2, and that would not be the end of the world. We'll see if he does go to the outside or not. And he does go to the outside, and I think he went, and he did, and that's a strikeout. So even if he didn't clip the outside, he still went too far on his swing, and now there's 2 away.
Welcome to the plate, double Q's, Jaden Bass.
Jaden Bass is 1 for 2. He had a walk his first time up. He grounded out to second on his second plate appearance. And then he would infield single towards third on his most recent trip to the plate. 2 away, runner on second. I'm not sure how the button got him over to third, but that one is into the dugout. It's amazing how you can see that white ball just fly through the air with the lights here at dusk at Astoria Field. I absolutely enjoy it significantly. I don't care if it's foul, if it's a home run, if it's a fly out, it just looks nice. Sky is right at that moment where it's still blue, but it's very dark blue. I love it. Either that or my filters on my camera is making it appear that way. Let's put it that way. So Jaden Bass down to an 0-2 count now after that fouled away pitch, and now the strike. And can Finders get one more on pitch 80? Nope, it's gonna bounce away, and that's gonna allow Cheddar to get the third, no problem. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cheddar to third. It's not the end of the world, but another pitch like that could be. He just needs 1 strike in 3 attempts. He'll go to the outside, and it's high for ball 2. So now he needs 1 strike in 2 attempts. Swing, and it's out 3. And we go to the 8th inning. It's our first extra innings edition of the 2023 state tournament. Tied up at 3. Cheddar got to third, but a drop third strike with the 2-3 throwout to complete the strikeout will end the 7th inning, and we go to the 8th with the top of the order for Williston. Maxine, Ashton Collins, Alex Bloom, and if Jaden Bass stays on the mound, it might be pitch 38. We're at 1 hour and 57 minutes right now, and we're back with the extra innings session of this broadcast in just a moment.
Buffalo Wild Wings isn't supposed to make a burger this good. Like, you might even forget we have wings good. So we threw in 6 boneless wings for $1 as a reminder. Buy any burger, get 6 boneless wings for $1. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Abby says she wants to marry a B-Dubs honey barbecue wing. We get the sweet, tangy allure of honey barbecue sauce, but you can't marry a chicken wing. What are you going to serve at the wedding? Their family? 26 sauces and seasonings at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Welcome back. An hour 58. Time of game going into the 8th inning. And it's our first extra innings game of the 2023 State AA Tournament. And you have tuned into a dandy here, at least a dandy up to this point. Swing and a miss, strike one. Max Heens 1 for 3. He grounded out directly to first, then he would single to center, then he would fly out to center. Strike one. And that one is fouled away third base side and into the fence. Two-one the count. No, it's 0-2. They keep changing the scoreboard. So we're going to go with what the scoreboard says, and it's 0-2. And now it's 1-2 with that pitch there. And that's a strikeout. Puts out number one on the board. He goes down looking. Ashton Collins is the batter now. It's batter 2 in the lineup for Williston. You got the 8th seeded Dickinson Roughriders and the 9th seeded Williston Keybirds battling it out here in the top of the 8th. We've hit the 2-hour mark of this ball game now. Pitch is inside, ball one. Remember, the first game went 2 hours, 18 minutes, and 7 innings, or 6.5 to be more precise. So this one has been a shorter game, even though it's been a longer game. 80-mile-per-hour pitch there, or I'm sorry, 88-mile-per-hour pitch there from Jaden Bast. It misses for 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss, and we're even at 2. Two. Hit well, and over the head of the shortstop into left field.
Super fans, welcome your next batter, number 21, second baseman, Alex Bloom.
Alex Bloom, the batter now. Pickoff attempt, and it's an aired throw that will allow Collins to move to second, and he's going to try for third, and he's easily going to make it. Isaac Daly kind of taking his time to pick up that ball, and that allows him to advance an additional base. Swing and a miss, strike one. One. High, just a little bit high. 2 balls and a strike. According to my numbers, this is pitch 51 for Jaden Bass. Swing and a miss. 51 pitches, 20 balls, 31 strikes. 2-2. Caught the edge, maybe? No, he did not. Full count. And that's a strikeout. He goes down looking. He thought it was maybe a little high for ball 4. And a Williston fan, you may have heard him in our field mics there, vocaling his personal humble opinion of the umpire's ball strike calls. Caden Finders, 1 for 2. Walk, single to right, line drive to the shortstop, and another walk. In that order, 74-mile-per-hour pitch there for strike 1. And that one's going to right field. And he'll put a runner on. And he'll also score Ashton Collins from third. And Williston has taken a 4-3 lead here in the top of the 8th.
Number 15, first baseman, Connor Ekblad.
Connor Ekblad, the batter now. And the 1-0 pitch, and now the throw to second on a hop is not going to be there in time, and Finders steals second, and it's a 2-0 count here to Ekblad. I guess the scoreboard says it's 1-1, and that is going all the way to the wall. That is going to score Finders from second. It's an RBI double for Ekblad, and it is 5-3 in favor of Williston. Ekblad finding that pitch and taking it to the right spot in right center. And in between Cheddar and Krieg, it will roll all the way to the wall and score Caden Finders from second, and Finders and Ekblad will trade places. So Williston has some work to do in the bottom of the 8th. And looks like we have a pitching change here. So Jaden Bass done with 57 pitches, 22 balls, and 35 strikes. So with 57 pitches, that means that Jaden Bass cannot pitch again for 2 more days, assuming that Dickinson can stick around for 2 more days. And our new pitcher here looks to be, is it Krieg? Get a look here. No, I was a digit off. It's Jeremiah Gillick. And I think he pitched earlier this game, if memory serves me correctly. I think he only had like 2 or 3 pitches. Yeah, he had 3 pitches, 2 balls and a strike. So Jeremiah Gillick will pitch for the second time in this game. And why they took him off so quickly, it just baffles me. He gave up 1 hit and they took him off. But I mean, that is, the coach is right, I guess, so. So let's see if we got any other changes here. Looks like we have a change at third base. Carson Weiler moves to shortstop. Malachi Medina comes into play third. All right, wait, hold on, I might be wrong on that. Yeah, I'm wrong on that. Carson Weiler stays at third. And it's Jaden Bass going back to shortstop. And we have a new left fielder as well. Runner on second. Pitch outside, and that's ball one. Tyler Tomaz 0 for 2. Fly out to center, hit by a pitch and a walk. David Seibel comes into play left field. And I was right the first time, actually. Weiler moves to second, or shortstop, and then Malachi Medina does indeed come into play third base. So I was right the first time. We're at 2-2 now. Here to Tyler Tomaz. He's 0 for 2, fly out, hit by a pitch, walk, and strikeout swinging. And he checked the swing there. Did he go too far? Yes, he did, and he'll strike out again. And that will be the end of the top of the 8th. They will strand one on base, but they get 2 across, and they have reclaimed a 2-run lead, the same 2-run lead they had in the top of the 3rd. And we'll see if the Roughriders can battle back and at minimum tie this up and send us to the 9th or possibly walk it off in the 8th. We're going to find out. It's going to be one of those potential answers when we return after the break.
Touchmark provides a carefree lifestyle for our residents, and we are here with you the entire way.
I'm so happy I made the move to Touchmark.
There's always enough to keep me busy, and people are very friendly here. I enjoy that. It makes my day.
People get up and dance. I mean, it's such a joyful place to live. How can you not like it?
That sense of community is so strong. When I think of Touchmark, I just think big, but I think beautiful, and I think home.
We take great pride in really doing all the research and the work behind the scenes to make sure that our products just work.
We have our own staff member that helps pick the hybrids and the varieties that work in our area. It's meant for you, not for somebody 200 miles away.
We test our seed locally. We produce our seed locally, so we get to see our production fields, where they need to be, and if they work there.
Need seed? Think ProSeed. ProSeed.net. Great seed at a reasonable price.
All right, we have a pitching change here for the Williston Keybirds. Caden Finders with 85 pitches, 30 balls, 55 strikes is done. And that means he's done for 4 days. And it will now be Connor Ekblad. And that means we have a new first baseman too. It appears to be number 5. And that would be Finders. So a straight flip from first and pitcher.
Roughrider fan, get your hands together. For number 7, our third baseman, Carson Weiler.
Carson Weiler, 1 for 3, fly out to left center, a single to center, and reach base on an error. And he takes this pitch low for a ball, 1-0. Roughriders need 2, and that's ball 2. That's not the 2 they need, though. They need 2 runs. 2 hours, 12 minutes into the game. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Ekblad delivers ball 3. No, he delivers strike 1. Thought that was a little bit low, but it wasn't. 2-1. And that could be strike 2, and it is. 2-2. Ball, strike to arrive at our 2-2 count. Williston fans thought that Ekblad just struck out Weiler, but now it's a full count and a payoff pitch. And he walks him, and a runner on, and the tying run comes to the plate for Dickinson.
Roughrider fans, get your hands together again. For the first baseman, wearing number 1-8, one of our lefties, Isaac.
So now that dark blue is turned into complete black on our cameras and the sky there, which is okay. It's 9:17 local time. That means it's 10:17 for the fans of the other 9 teams in the state of this state tournament. And that means that it's 11:17 for our friend out in Denver, North Carolina. And that is a bouncer up to second. Back over to first. Safe at first. And out at second. So they get the lead runner. And Weiler reaches on, or I'm sorry, Daly reaches on a fielder's choice.
The Roughrider, right field. Number 1, Caden Krieg.
That'll bring up Caden Krieg. One for 3, reached on an error, a single to shallow left center, and a ground out to first. I believe that ground out was actually a first baseman to pitcher, so it'd be 3-1 if I remember correctly. 2 hours and 14 minutes. Once again, the previous game was 2 hours, 18 minutes, so still not the longest game of the night, even though inning-wise it is the longest game of the night. 2 balls, no strikes here to Caden Krieg. 1 out, runner on first, and Krieg represents the tying run. Inside, ball 3. There's a strike. And to second, now on to first. No, he's safe at first. And once again, they get the lead runner out. And Caden Krieg put his foot on the gas pedal. He was at first almost instantly. And he ran that one out. So there is 2 outs.
Get your hands together.
Back-to-back batters reach on a fielder's choice that results in the lead runner out at second.
Catcher, Landon Olson.
And now Landon Olson is the last hope here for Dickinson. He needs to get a base hit to keep this game going as David Seibel awaits on deck. And if we can get that far, possibly see Colin Cheddar. But once again, there's 2 outs, so the likeliness of us getting to that 6th and 7th batter does not seem as high at the moment here, unless Dickinson can string together some sort of hit. And if anybody is due for a hit in this game, it is Landon Olson. He is 0 for 3. Fly out to left center, a fly out to center, and a ground out to third. And now, Dickinson has successfully argued their way out of that second out, and the runner is on second base. So instead of a fielder's choice, Krieg is going to get a single. And that just changes the scope of this one here. 1 ball, no strike to Landon Olson. And this one a little dribbler towards third, and it was fouled out of the box is the call. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. We thought we had 2 outs here a moment ago, but then the Dickinson coach came out and argued his case and got his runner back on second and got an out taken off the board. Isaac Daly on second, Caden Krieg on first, the batter Landon Olson. Davian Seibel waits on deck. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. And nope, that's going to be a fly out, 2 left. And that will record the second out. Kind of scratching my head a little bit there why they didn't contemplate having Landon Olson bunt to move those runners to second and third. Maybe they were confident in his ability to get a hit. But we'll never know for sure now. So now David Seibel takes the first pitch for ball 1. And David Seibel could use some luck here. He's 0 for 3. He would fly out to center, he'd fly out to left, and he'd pop out to the catcher. And now a visit here between Michael Larson and Connor Ekblad, as the runners Daly and Krieg will, along with batter Seibel, will talk to the third base coach. Two outs, 1 ball, no strike. The tying run is on first. The winning run is David Seibel here at the plate. Dickinson could go for a base hit, say to deep left or deep right. Looks like there's a little bit more room out in left center than there is in right center at the moment. If he could drill one down the third base line, he might be able to sneak one into the corner and earn himself at least a double, depending on how fast he is. Maybe he gets to third and scores both of those runs. And that one was almost the plan, only it drifted foul. Strike 1. If he can rip one through that 5-6 hole. And he's gonna pop high up center field, and that will do it. The Williston Keybirds knock off the home team Dickinson Roughriders here in the first round of the state tournament in 8 innings by the final score of 5-3. They leave 2 more stranded on base. And your time of the game, 2 hours and 20 minutes through 8 innings of play. And the Roughriders come up short. They threatened, they got what they needed on base, but they could not pull them across the plate. And they will fall short now here in this contest, 5-3. So here's what we know. With the win, Williston will play Fargo Post 2 tomorrow. And that game will be at 7 o'clock. That'll be the nightcap tomorrow. And with the loss, Dickinson will play at 10 a.m. on Wednesday against the loser of West Fargo and Mandan, which is our leadoff game tomorrow at 10 a.m. Mountain or 11 o'clock Central or 12 noon for our friend in Denver, North Carolina. So he gets to sleep in since he had to stay up late tonight. I mean, how lucky is he, right? All right. 2 games in the books here at the 2023 state tournament. Once again, the Fargo Post 400 Stars with a 10-5 win over Grand Forks, and the Keybirds from Williston pick up a exciting 5-3 win in 8 innings here in Game 2. So one more time to recap what we got going on tomorrow. At 10 a.m., it's West Fargo versus Mandan. At 1 p.m., it's Bismarck versus Jamestown. At 4 p.m., it's Fargo Post 2. It's Fargo Post 400 versus Minot. And then our nightcap at 7 p.m. is Williston taking on Fargo Post 2. And then Dickinson will play the 10 a.m. game on Wednesday against the loser of West Fargo Mandan. Grand Forks will play the 1 p.m. game on Wednesday against the loser of Bismarck and Jamestown. So that's where we sit at the moment, and I was just informed by our guy who does the graphics on the bracket. Let's see if he's updated that on our broadcast yet. I know he updated it in the file. Let's see if it's turned into. Yes. So instead of changing 18 times, we just changed our little disclaimer from all times Mountain to all times Central Time. So. Let's just look at my bracket here, and let's see here. So tomorrow's game is at 10 a.m. between West Fargo and Mandan, so it should say 11 a.m. on there. Nope, we're gonna have to get that changed. That's not right. So we'll find out what is right, and then we'll be back with the correct bracket here in the near future. So thanks so much for tuning in. But that's the general idea. But yeah, it's not 100% accurate, and we'll figure out what happened there. Like I said, this changed earlier this morning, and we didn't have time to fix it. So we will fix it, though. Once again, your finals today, the Williston Keybirds pick up a 5-3 victory in 2 hours and 20 minutes and 8 innings over Dickinson. And in 2 hours and 18 minutes, it's a 10-5 win for Fargo Post 400 over Grand Forks. Games 1 and 2 are in the books. We'll talk to you again at 10 a.m. Mountain, 11 Central, 12 Eastern, right here on Magnitude Sports. Have a great night.
Broadcast was an exclusive presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. Subscribe, click the bell, and visit magnitudesn.com for a schedule of our upcoming broadcasts.